right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Norristown High School in what could be the last broadcast of the 2003-2004 Norristown basketball season. Norristown High against the always tough, always dangerous Coatsville Red Raiders. My name is Joe Hyland, who, along with Bob Koch, will be bringing you all the action in tonight's interconference clash. Norristown is riding very high right now, as last evening the Eagles knocked off conference champion Cheltenham 57-56 in one of the best high school basketball games you'll ever want to see. There was a raucous crowd, there was spectacular defense, there was incredible intensity, and there was drama right down to the last second, as Willis Gardner not only dropped in the two winning free throws, he worked on defense to bother Harris Manziel into missing a 19-foot jump shot at the buzzer. Along with Willis, Mike Buckley and Kenny Witter played spectacular games. Buckley, especially down the stretch, made a play off an errant free throw. In one move, he swooped across the lane, climbed an aerial ladder, and threw in a turnaround jump shot to give the Eagles a temporary lead. Also impressive last evening was the play of the sophomores, Anthony Johnson, Brandon Anderson, and Brian Arthur, not to mention Mike Buckley. There were times last evening when Norristown had four sophomores on the floor along with Willis Gardner. For youngsters to step up so well in a game of such high intensity and high competition has to be extremely encouraging for Coach Mike Evans and his assistant Binky Johnson. Tonight is Norristown senior night, so we will be honoring 6 Norristown basketball players and 8 Norristown cheerleaders. Turning now to Coatsville, they come into the game a deceptive 8-15. They are coached by Ricky Hicks, now in his first year at the Chester County institution. The Raiders are led by Daniel Ben, a senior averaging 19 points per game. Their leading rebounder is a football player, 6'5", 260-pound Charles Brazel. They will be throwing multiple offenses and multiple defenses at the Eagles. According to Coach Hicks, the Red Raiders struggled early, but they're coming together now as a team, which is what you want to do. You want to peak at playoff time. So Coatsville's 8-15 record may be deceiving, and the Eagles don't want to underestimate them or take anything for granted this evening, because they want to keep that momentum going from last evening's dramatic victory over Cheltenham. To bring us up to date with regard to the Eagles, Bob Koch.
Joe, there's a lot of blind spots tonight, and I say that with seriousness because Norristown has not seen Coatsville since early in the season. They are an improved team, a young team, but there are blind spots. When I asked him specifically about their offenses and defenses, when I say he, Mike Evans, he didn't have answers for that because they have not seen them recently. They've been busy, as you would expect, so that could be a potential problem tonight. There certainly will be a little bit more pressure because it is senior night for the 6 seniors and for the cheerleaders. You want to play well. You are going to start 5 seniors tonight, and then you have a 6th that'll come in as quickly as possible. So that's also an issue. How well those seniors play in the first couple of minutes of game will determine how long they're going to play. Because, quite frankly, I said to him, if I were in that situation, the bottom line is you have to be successful tonight, no matter what else. You have to be successful with seeding meetings tomorrow night. Came off a great win, so you have to keep it rolling. There is concern with Coatsville's big men. They are strong and big inside, and in some respects a mirror of Norristown. They're big, athletic, they're quick, an up-tempo team. I think maybe one of the advantages will be that Mike and staff have been together for a couple of years, and the Coatsville coach is their first year.
Right.
And that's always an adjustment. Plus the home crowd tonight, and certainly Willis is a factor. The way he played and wanted the ball, even at the end last night after the 2 turnovers, I think seniors have to win this game. It's a way to roll it out, and then there's a party afterwards. So you want to share in that. You want to set the table for next week. And this is a team that's on the roll. They are playing well at this time of the year, and that's what you want. As you said with Coatsville, Norristown is playing well at this time.
Well, I hope we have a game equally as exciting as we had last evening. If we do, I don't know if our hearts can take it.
I'm a little mentally tired after last night. That was a rough game, Joe.
It was a terrific game to broadcast. Tension from the start to the finish. Bob and I will be back for the opening tip-off and the introduction of the starting lineups right after this short break. Thank you. Welcome back to Norristown High School. Tonight's game between Coatsville and Norristown. Tonight is senior night, and senior night is sponsored by the Norristown Area High School Boys Basketball Booster Club and the Norristown Police Athletic League. We'll stand now for the playing of our national anthem and the presentation of the colors by the Norristown ROTC unit.
Current student and one former student. At this time, will the parents of our seniors please come to the floor?
As we said at the beginning of the game, this is senior night when we're going to be honoring 6 senior basketball players and 8 senior cheerleaders. I'd like to mention again that this program is sponsored by the Boys Basketball Booster Club and the Norristown Police Athletic League. The latter being instrumental in fixing up the armory down at Elmwood Park.
I believe total, well, they had some state funds for that as well,
Yep.
and that will open, I think, pretty soon.
Yes.
Oh, look at all the parents coming in and family, Joe.
Yeah.
Whoa.
This is a very nice evening, a very nice tradition here at Norristown High School. The young men and the young women who devote so much time are going to be honored together with their moms and dads and relatives and friends.
We're starting with some of the players. Kevin Waters.
With Kevin Waters
Is being met by his mother, Lisa, his father, Kevin, and his brothers, Christopher and Stephen.
Big Kevin Waters. Here's his mom and dad, the whole Waters family. Kevin, of course, is a football player,
Tehran, Big,
as well as being a fine basketball player.
he's being escorted by Shanae Chancey Jordan.
I can't see who's doing the announcing. Oh, now I see. It's Jim's wife, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe so.
Next, we have Anthony James,
Basketball player Anthony James.
Wilma and John.
Here is mom and dad.
Next we have Jared Scott.
Next player to be honored is Jared Scott.
With his parents Jacqueline, Mark, brother Darius, and cousin Tirlia.
His mom and dad, some relatives.
Next we have Jamal Black.
Kisses his mom. Nice. Shakes hands with Pop.
He'll be met by his mother Margaret, his brother Julius, his daughter Jemiah, and his cousin Kevin.
Here's Jamal Blackwell with his mom and his little girl. Two family friends.
Next we have Tom Ponatowitz. He'll be met by his father Charles, his mother Eileen, and his girlfriend Jackie.
Here's Tom Panatowicz. Be going to Marshall University next year. West Virginia on a Spaceball scholarship. His dad, Charlie, is a American Legion baseball coach with whom I've had some contact.
He'll be met by his mom.
I recall last year that they had the cameraman taking the pictures. Do you, Joe?
No, I don't know.
I don't remember that last year. That's a nice touch. Nice addition.
Here's Willis. We know that Willis is being looked at by some Division III schools. There was a Division III coach here last evening.
Next we have the cheerleaders. We'll start with Jessica McGoldrick, with her parents Cindy and Jeff.
Willis really does need to go to the next level because he's matured so much this year, and it would be just the right atmosphere for his personal growth and life skills.
Next we have Jordan Mandy and Shania Jordan.
Cheerleader Jordan Mandy.
She did a nice job with the national anthem, Joe.
Yes, she did.
Yep.
Yes, she did.
Next we have Michelle Mariani and her parents Julia and Dee.
Here's Michelle Mariani with her mom and dad.
Next we have Michelle Wagner
Michelle Wagner is next.
and Kelly Ann.
It's going pretty quick, Joe.
It is going along nicely.
4 minutes.
Right.
It's going very quick.
Next we have Amber Johnson and her mother Sophia.
Here's Amber Johnson being greeted by her mom.
I can't believe Amber's a senior already, Joe. It's just, wow.
And her brother Stephen.
Sheena Mayer.
And last but not least, Naomi May and her parents.
Here's Naomi Lee with her mom, dad, and brother. Dad gives her an extra hug there. It's kind of nice. These are priceless moments for moms and dads. They really are. Soon they'll be all flying the nest. You know? I know mine has flown the nest, and you think about them all the time.
Yes, you do. That's a constant.
There's a nice round of applause from a very nice crowd here this evening. A round of applause for the senior boys and the senior girl.
Well, Joe, almost showtime.
Yep.
2 minutes, 50 seconds, and we start the next one.
Right.
And I would have to believe we'll get one more home game.
I've got to think so too. I hope
would have
so.
to think
I
so.
certainly hope so. All right.
We got a ref change.
Okay.
No more Tom Blackwell.
Okay.
Tom Nally.
Tom Nowdy?
N-A-L-L-Y.
Oh,
Nally.
N-A-L-Y. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Good job. I had Mike in class many years ago, Joe.
Last minute referee change. Referees for tonight's game will be Mike Troisi, and now it's Tom Nally and not Tommy Blackwell.
It is a pretty good crowd, Joe.
Yeah. They give these.
A lot of people behind us, and certainly a lot of people across from us.
I think it's smart that they take a 2 or 3 minutes to warm the kids back up again.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's the right thing. It really seems like a lot of people have had their thinking cap on this year. They've done a lot of nice things. The parents planned that. You had the pictures. I don't recall that last year. That's a nice addition. Recognizing all the seniors. A couple minutes here with the warm-up. And originally, as you know, they were going to do senior night last night, and too much of a distraction. You know, I talked to Mike about why the change, and if I had that opportunity too, do it the next night, the last night. Last night would not have been an appropriate night with the importance of that game.
Yeah, we want to see, would like to see the Eagles keep up their excellent play. They're peaking just at the right time. Coatsville will not be a pushover. They're deceptively, their record is, as we mentioned in the pregame, very deceptive. It's a strong 8-15. They beat Westchester East their last game by 6 points.
Well,
and as you said, Bob, they're big, they're mobile, they're quick, very athletic. They'll match up well against Norristown. I'd like to see Mike Buckley stay out of foul trouble.
well, I think one of the things. Well, I'll see you later. I think one of the concerns, and maybe a plus, we're going to start the 5 seniors, and the first player off the bench will probably be a senior. So Mike is going to see more watch time than normal, and that might help him in the long run.
That's right.
Number 10, Mike Maxwell.
All right, number 10, Mike Maxwell, their point guard.
Number 24, Joe Tony.
I know when I spoke to Mike prior to the game,
Number
he was not sure who the 5 seniors were going to be to start. He wasn't decided at that point. So,
All right, Joe Tony, number 24. Number 3, Eric McCain, who I'm told is the best student on the team. Number 54 is Charles Brazel, who will be attending Florida A&M next year on a football scholarship.
whoa. Wow, congratulations.
He's also the team's leading shot blocker, averaging 5 blocks a game. He's a big, mobile, strong kid.
What position is he going to play? Do you know, Joe?
He's going to play the interior line on offense
Number
in
2,
football.
Jamal Blackwell.
All right, number 2 starting for the Eagles is Jamal Blackwell.
Number 10, Willis Gardner.
Number 10, the senior Willis Gardner.
It's going to be fairly close to what he starts anyway, Joe.
Yeah.
With Blackwell, who's a starter, 6th person.
Yeah.
Certainly Willis and Tom. So it's going to be pretty close.
All right, here's Jared
Number
Scott.
33, Tom Panatowicz.
Number 33, Tom Panatowicz.
And number 50, Kevin Waters.
And number 50, big Kevin Waters.
The left side.
I have to think that Kevin has gotten some looks from football coaches, Bob.
Yeah, and he's going to be, I would think, from the academic standpoint, he'll be an easy sell because he's a great student.
There you go.
He's an outstanding student in the classroom, high achievement. And a very quiet person, Joe.
Uh-huh.
I must admit, I really struggle with senior nights.
Yeah.
We did it a little different for the girls. Invariably, the coach would give a quick profile each of the players and the experience. And I don't think there was a game that we didn't recognize that every year that I wasn't here. I struggled with it. You're attached to them 3-4 years. It's tough.
Top control by Joe Toney to Mike Maxwell. Eagles in a 2-3 zone. There's Willis with his relentless defense. All right, Maxwell, they'll slow it down.
We're playing a 2-3. That's not what we normally do. It's a safer situation for us right now. Get everybody relaxed.
All right, 34 took that shot. That's their leading scorer, David Ben. There's a steal inside Kevin Waters. Good hands by the big guy. Norristown won't be in a hurry, Bob, right?
No, they're particularly for the two players that haven't seen much time, they won't be in a hurry to shoot the ball. I think they'll be more patient moving the ball around. Let Willis and Jamal and Tom do the bulk of the shooting because these are the guys that have played the most.
Willis with the leaner. Coatsville with the rebound.
We've seen him score so many times that way, Joe, but there's so many times he could score more if he would use the backboard. He wasn't close enough there, Joe, to use it. You don't have to worry about that hitting a cylinder and popping out.
Norristown in a very effective zone defense, a 2-3 zone. Almost lost the ball.
Coatsville looks very tentative, Joe. It doesn't look like they have the shooter out there. It's a lot of clock already. We're almost 3 minutes into the game. There's no score.
Joe Toney. All right, foul on Jamal Blackwell. Over 2 minutes, almost 2.5 minutes gone. It's a scoreless game. Rebound, Panatois. All right, Willis drew a foul on the floor. Coatsville's first team foul.
Foul on Maxwell's first team foul.
Foul on Mike Maxwell.
I would think Coach Evans will try, Joe, to get as much of the quarter in with the seniors as he can.
Nice shot, number 24,
that's
Jared
a highlight
Scott.
film for him, right?
That's
That's a highlight film. First shot, first score tonight, nothing but net.
Jared Scott, first basket of the game. Brazel with the shot. Coatsville in a 2-3. Jamal from the wing. Bingo. Jamal Blackwell.
The point guard's not penetrating, so you see where the entry pass is made.
All right, he got loose in the right corner. Hit a three. It's 4-3 Norristown.
look. Nice look, Kevin.
All right, Willis with the runner. Off the rim. There's an offensive foul.
That can't be an easy trick, knocking Kevin over like that.
Yeah.
He's a stud out there.
Number 34 just went to full throttle and knocked Kevin on his behind.
You have to be crazy to go into him like that. Unless you're 54 for Coatsville.
That's right.
That's a good matchup. He makes Kevin look small.
Yeah, 54 is a big boy.
He blocked
Short with
it
a
right.
jump
54
shot.
blocked that shot,
Yeah.
Joe. You said he does get up.
Brazel, I had an opportunity to speak with number 54 before the game. Very personable young man, very funny young man. He informed me in no uncertain terms that he was the best basketball player to come out of Coatsville since Rip Hamilton.
Certainly with a sense of humor,
Yeah,
Joe.
yes, right. All right, Buckley, Witter, and Arthur into the game.
And I would think those guys will get in as much as they can as this game progresses, depending, of course, how things are playing out.
All right, Brazel missed the first. Drops in the second. For a big man, he's very, very nimble on his feet, Bob. 54. Very quick. Mike Buckley.
It's a good
Gets the
start,
roll.
Joe. See, they're going to pick that zone apart. They'll go to high post, and it's going to be tough to stop Buckley or Witter in that spot.
Mike Buckley from about 14 feet. Here comes Witter on the break. Mike Buckley, bingo. 8-4 Norristown.
You notice they're playing man, they're picking up person-to-person full court, and they drop back into person-to-person. So the defensive strategy's changed.
He walked.
Now the downside is they've penetrated on those last two possessions, Joe. They missed a shot and they turned it over, but they were both shots in the paint.
Charles and Jackson to the game.
And we'll get to see what their bench is like, Joe.
They put the Eagles' best defensive player on the Coatsville's best offensive player. Witter on bin. There's a shot. Swish. 10-4.
Yeah, you like to see this, Joe. Open it up. Well, that's what concerns me. They've got, now that's 3 consecutive times they've made shot attempts inside the paint.
34, very quick. And that was a good call. That was a good call. Tommy didn't have position.
Mike's going to have to make an adjustment on that, whoever's going to guard him, because he's really quick to the basket.
Well, I mean, they have Kenny Witter on him. Probably the Eagles' best defensive player. All right, Michael Buckley with the tough rebound.
Plus, his Coatsville's missed two foul shots so far, right, Joe?
Yep.
2 out of 3 they've missed.
Acrobatic move inside. Kenny Witter draws a foul. He'll shoot 2. Minute 46 left in the first period. It's Norristown 11, Coatsville 6. Nice crowd tonight, Bob.
Yes. Yeah, we have to follow. We have to do a better job on the line. Last night we were, right?
Less than, just a little over 500. That's short as well.
0 for 2. Get that board.
All right, 44 into the game is Lucius Jacks.
See, they switched. They put Willis on 34.
They find Gardner on the break. Stops, pops, bingo. A minute 9 left to play in the first period. Norristown up 7.
You can see the game plan with 34.
They fill the lane. Buckley came down the left lane. They fill the lane just like they're supposed to do it on the diagrams, Bob. That fast break.
What concerns me with Coatsville is it looks like every time 34 touches the ball, he's going to go to the basket. He got in again, and he could put some numbers on the board if somebody doesn't stay in front of him.
Let me ask you, what do you do?
Well, instead of playing him out as high, Willis has been playing him high, pick him up at the top of the key, and shrink the area that he has to maneuver. Unless he can demonstrate that he has the perimeter shooting, and nobody at this point has been able to do that. They have 1 perimeter shot in the game. They have 2 field goals. And one of those is the 3 from the corner, from the guard. So don't give them as much room.
All right, Buckley misses the second. 48 seconds left to play. I see what you're saying, Bob. Pick him up down low.
Right, pick him up lower. Don't give him as much room to move.
All right, 44, spin move, drew a foul. Tommy Panatowicz, Lucius Jacks.
See, Tom bought the fake to the inside, and he had help to the inside. He would have been better served to protect the baseline and get the help to the inside. He did it the other way around. He had no help.
Here, Lucius Jacks. Oh, my.
They're going to have to be concerned with that. That's 54 again. That's 2 tips that he's had that have just rolled around the cylinder.
That did everything but fall in the basket.
14-8, Joe. 32 seconds.
All right, here's David Bin, the Raiders' leading scorer. Number 11, Derek Hill in the game. He's good. He can play. He's going to give Norristown trouble.
Yes,
10 seconds left.
Joe. He gets up, and he's so quick with that first step. Good luck, good luck, good luck.
There's a block. Blocked by Brazel. He wasn't kidding. He had 2 blocks in the first period. 14-10, Norristown. End of the first period. Norristown played brilliantly in spurts, and they had a little trouble keeping a hold of number 34.
Well, that's going to be the issue, and I would imagine Mike's telling the players they have to be more conscious of help side, and when he makes that penetration, someone has to greet him. Norristown has to get the running game on, and I think that's going to be one of Coatsville's weaknesses. They've got to push the ball up court. Willis has to penetrate, and Buckley and Witter are certainly keys on the offensive end.
And I'm sorry,
They're
Bob.
54, as you pointed out. He is vertical. He is quick off his feet. Not only vertical, he's so quick off his feet. Someone's going to have to put some body contact with him, because with 34 and 54, one on the penetration and the other one on the board, it's just going to be tough for the Eagles.
Yep. And the key to the Eagles' running game, the fast break offense, is their play off the defensive boards. They
have to rebound the run.
They can't give Brazel 2 shots. They have to keep a body on big number 54. All right, Coatsville and a man. missing a jump shot. Jamal Blackwell.
I'll tell you what, Jamal did that because he was getting such intense person-to-person coverage. He made up his mind that he was going to take that shot. Now, it went in and he was fouled. The downside, perhaps, of that was that it became me because he was getting so well covered. I think for a moment he forgot there's 4 other players on the court. That defender was all over him. And that's not to take away from his shot, but that's a 3-point play, 17-10.
7-point Eagle lead. Here's Derek Hill.
We were caught napping on that one, Joe.
Yeah. All right, here's Gardner. They'll set up the offense. 25, Anthony Johnson. Nice move by number 33. That's Omar Turner. Ben. Now.
Hit the wire. Good, good, good. I can see why he's the leading scorer. He puts it up a lot.
Yeah.
That number probably matches the shots he takes.
There's no shot that he doesn't like.
That was almost to the red line. Oh, brother. Oh, brother.
We got a great move.
He left 54 in the wake on that one, Joe.
(19-12), 6:42 left to play in the first half. All right, Brazel drew a foul. All right, that's Mike's first foul. He's a big young man, Bob, number 54.
He's just so athletic.
He is.
You see, one of the differences for Coatsville is they're not shooting well on the line.
That's their 5th miss. 6-point Eagle lead.
Yes, yes, that's a good call. That's a good call.
Omar Turner gets Willis on the floor.
Not many players one-on-one are going to take that ball from Willis, unless we saw last night the guard stripped him once.
Yeah, Pat Flory did a nice job.
But
yeah.
the second steal was off the double team. They turned him and took it off him.
All right, Eagles in the bonus. Eagles in the bonus with 6 minutes left to play in the first half. Anthony Johnson.
Anthony favors that right side all the time. You see it?
Michael, 15 foot. Rims out. Ben with a rebound. You got Johnson on Ben. All right, Eagles, now Coatsville's in the bonus. Both teams with 6 fouls. This is where foul shooting is very, very important.
And the penetration and controlling the ball. Get the good shots. Force the fouls. 19-13, 5:34 second.
There's Ben from the corner.
There we go.
All right.
Now, plus side, Joe, you teach your players that when you get down on a fast break, if your teammate's out in front, he takes the shot, anticipate miss. Anticipate miss. It's not a given. And sure enough, Anthony was there, anticipated miss, gets the shot, misses it, but gets to the line. And he draws the bonus.
That's right.
Johnson making the first of 2.
20-13, Eagles by 7, 5.5 minutes left to play. A nice play by Anthony Johnson.
I would not want to be in front of him going down on that break. That would be flat, and that would be a pancake. Oh, he was dunking that ball.
Yes, he was. Arthur. Oh, doesn't get the roll.
And Mike and Ken have to do a better job on the boards here.
Tough rebound, Lucius Jags. Not many people are going to outmuscle Mike Buckley for a rebound.
He outjumped him 3 times on that series.
54 did exactly that. Here's Mike inside, nice move, bingo.
He is so smooth, so smooth. He can beat you inside, outside. This guy's quick, Joe.
There's Willis on the break.
Help him up. That's the right thing to do.
All right, Willis got hammered. He'll get 2.
Foul on Benny's first, teammate.
Foul shots again, Joe. 7-point game, 8-point game.
Gardner making the shot.
Yeah, it must be very difficult, Bob, to make a drive like that, get knocked heavily to the floor, and reclaim your calmness in order to shoot a foul shot. It's got to be tough.
Willis is tough. I think that's part of it. The fact that he's so wiry probably negates some of that smack that he gets around. Someone more muscular probably takes a tougher time of it.
Good point.
He's a wiry kid.
All right, Eagles by 9. They look in. There's a steal by guess who? Mike Buckley. Pounding the offensive boards.
I don't think Willis made a good choice on that, though. There was 1-on-2.
1-on-2.
Right? And Binky's saying something to him. Right? Not a good choice.
I guess his blood was up. His blood was up. His competitive juices were up. All right, Michael, this is the first.
Here we go again. We have to make these foul shots. So 24-15. Now, the plus side for Norristown is that Coatsville's made some subs. They're going deep to the bench. And the 54 is out of the game.
Yes.
Again, that's a plus.
All right, 25-15. Norristown by 10. But it's a shaky 10.
Yes, and number 10's the only player to speed him outside with that 3.
Yeah. 42 in the game is Damon Shearing. Number 24 is Joey Toney. Watched by Gardner. Offensive foul. Mike Buckley stood his ground and drew the offensive foul.
I'll tell you what, I think Coatsville's too much I, too much me. Whoever gets it at the top goes to the basket, and that's the 3rd or 4th offensive foul against Coatsville. One of the reasons they occur, you're starting so far out, you're not seeing other players.
All right, Tommy Ponatowicz in the game. Brandon Anderson in, one of Mike Evans' talented sophomores. Mike Buckley with a drive.
Do you see how he protected the ball? He got the ball in the body, low to the floor, protected it, and then elevated. Look up, Willis, look up, look up, look up.
Highlight film there, Bobby.
Keep it going, 29-15, 2:33 in the second quarter. Keep it going.
Yep.
Don't make this a question mark.
Eagles up 14 points, 2.5 minutes left to play.
A couple moments ago, I said that I felt the difference in the game and the scoring would be getting the running game going, and they're doing it. Willis is leading the pack. They're putting the pressure on. They're in a bonus situation, 2 fouls for the remaining 2:33. Buckley has resurfaced inside and outside. Great moves, and it's probably helping Norristown that Coatsville's subbing so liberally. It's the last game of the season for Coatsville. Like with 8:15, I can't imagine they're in the playoffs. So he's looking at either seniors that are coming on, getting them some playing time, or he's looking at some kids who are younger kids for next year. My guess. I don't know what the classes are, but as a coach on Norristown side, you would be thinking that if he's got seniors, he's probably going to play them since this is their last game. And if it's younger kids, he's going to give them a look. The fact is, he's probably played 10 people already.
Yes, he has. Gone deep into the bench. Bob, with regard to seeding for the districts, does strength of schedule have anything to do with it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They'll look at the teams. They won't look at record. They'll look at record and schedule.
Here's Ben.
And it gets intense. They get intense because the teams are fighting for their position. Two good officials again, Joe. They're
Yes.
both very demonstrative, and you're not hearing anybody complain about officials, and they're very direct. I know we've had Tom Malley before, and I know we've had Mike before too.
All right, here's David Ben. Makes the first.
Coatsville would like to see this get under double figures in terms of deficit before the half. And Norristown, I'm sure, would like to get it up to 12 or 15, 16.
Norristown ball.
At halftime, I'm going to check on Coatsville's missed foul shots. They would be a couple point spread in this game if they're making shots.
Jump shot.
Not an advised shot on that one.
There's a nice block by number 33, Omar Turner, on, I believe that was Kenny Witter. It'll be Norristown's ball out of bounds under their own basket. Brandon Anderson to inbound.
Joe.
Yeah, basket here would be nice.
Yes, yes.
Anderson. Willis. Bingo. Big three-point shot, Willis Gardner.
Doubling them, 32-16, 138 in the second quarter.
Here's David Ben. All right, Kenny Witter.
Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Some words exchanged there, and you could see that coming.
Ben and Witter.
Yeah, but Ben has been saying things a couple times tonight.
Yeah. That's good officiating. He didn't tee anybody up. He didn't give anybody a technical foul. He just took Kenny Witter aside, spoke to him like a gentleman. Witter responded. Coach Evans did the right thing.
And coach just took him out.
Exactly.
Let him calm down.
Right,
You don't need a foul or a technical.
Yeah.
And Mike,
is talking to the other boy as well.
Yep. Nope.
All right, Willis gets a breather. Johnny Calabretti's in.
He hasn't seen much time lately, Joe.
Well, Arthur's been playing so well.
Now, you don't want us to lose our continuity. The last 120, give up some easy buckets here. There's a layup.
Assist Calabretta. Number 25 on the basket is Anthony Johnson, continuing his excellent play. Here's Maxwell. Ball knocked away. Here's Brazel. Drops in a short jump shot. Maxwell with a steal. Traveled. He traveled. Yeah, that's a good call.
He traveled, but holy smokes, he still dunked the ball. He left so early and he still dunked it. I wasn't sure he could make that dunk when he left so early. Forget the travel, it's still a hell of a play.
Yes, it is.
Jesus.
All right, number 32 knocked the ball away. That's Brandon Anderson.
I would feel better if Coatsville doesn't score with the last 33 seconds. It's a 14-point game. If Norristown doesn't, hopefully Coatsville doesn't. We tipped it away. It's a tough matchup with 34 on Tom's side. 13 seconds.
All right, there was blood. Somebody drew blood on a scratch, and under PIAA rules, that has to be covered up. It has to be bandaged. Got cut on the lip.
Nice play, Tom.
12 seconds left to play in the first half.
34-54's got to score.
Oh! Here's Mike Maxwell, looks to drive, does drive, off the side of...
A little sloppy play on that defensively, Joe. Too many shots at this. It could be down to 12.
Not surprisingly, the Eagles do lose a little continuity when Willis is on the bench. All right, Brazel gets a shooter's roll. Eagles lead cut to 13.
And Willis is coming back in with 3.2 seconds left. You know he'll push it up in a hurry. No, Coatsville should be pressing here.
All right.
Oh, brother, that was close.
Almost.
That was close, Joe.
And the right idea. That'll end the first half. Norristown 34, Coatsville 22. 12-point Eagle lead. I mean, a dozen points is a dozen points, but as I said during the second period, Coatsville is very, very explosive. Number 34 and number 54 can put the ball in the hole, and frankly, a 12-point lead is not a safe lead.
No, in this game, it's not. And I'm sure Coach is going to approach it that way. We're up by 12, but it is not going to be safe in the second half. The two players that can score are 34 and 54. And on the plus side, there's nobody for the Eagles that's in foul trouble. That's a good thing. So they certainly can be very flexible here. Buckley can stay the remaining 16 minutes unless he picks up fouls. So they're in a great situation here. And the possession arrow favors Coatsville's going to start the second half.
Yes.
With the ball, so an important 16 minutes coming up.
You know, one of the fellows that we haven't mentioned all year, and he deserves a lot of credit because he feeds information to Coach Evans and Coach Binky Johnson, is Jimmy Serator. He keeps marvelous statistics. He charts the game. He lets Coach Evans know all the stats and what's happening where, and gives him that much more information so he can be that much more a better coach.
See, every program has to have a person like that. For us at Kenrick and at Norristown, it was John Houston. And he kept the stats, and he always kept me appraised of things. And at the quarter and a half, he was usually in the stands, not on the bench, but he would always let me know what the situation was. And he was tougher on the fouls and things than the people in the book. I mean, he really knew, and he could correct the people in the book.
Yeah.
He knew. He was always on top of that stuff. And Jim's like that with them, except Jim does it JV and varsity. John
Yes, he
did
does.
it varsity for us, but that's quite endurance to do both and to stay with it. I mean, that's logging a lot of time, Joe.
Accurate stats.
He and his wife do a great job putting a lot into this program.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I know Jimmy from having an office in Norristown. He's a very, very effective and a very nice salesman. Excellent representative of his company. In any event, Eagles up 12, 34-22. We'll be back for the second half of what promises to be a pretty interesting second half right after this break. Thank you.
9 years in a row for leagues.
Okie doke, welcome back. Second half, tonight's game. Norristown's last regular season game against Coatsville, team out of the Chestmont League with a deceptive 8-15 record. They won't go away. Norristown's up a dozen, but Coatsville isn't going away. It'll be Coatsville's ball out of bounds to start the second half. Right, Ben to inbound. Kenny Witter on Ben. Oh my!
That's his first, right, Joe?
Much Mike's second. Second foul, yeah. No, that wasn't. Was it on Buckley? No, it was on number 10. It was on Willis.
10.
It was on Willis, number 10. All right, they're setting up Maxwell on the left wing. Ben. He's so strong, that kid. He's going to be in trouble.
3 times. Twice he tipped it to control it. 10-point game, too, and then he finishes it off.
Brian Arthur. Rebound, Brazel. They think about running, they think better of it. There's a 3-point play, number 42, Damon Shearing.
Michael called timeout pretty soon, I think. That's a 5-point start to second half. 34-27, 7-point game, Joe.
Willis drains a 3. Big,
So
big
much
3.
for the timeout. Won't
right.
need it now. Back up to 10, but
Big 3-point shot, Willis Gardner. All right, Mike Maxwell into Brazel.
he's a load. He is a load to stop.
They're going to have to front him, Bobby. I think they're going to have to front him. I think they're going to look to pump it into 54 all night. There, all right, he lost it there.
I think the Coatsville coach must have lit a fire with them at halftime because they're coming out more aggressive on the defensive side, and they are pushing the ball up offensively. They're a different Coatsville in the second half, Joe.
All right, stripped
See?
by
Different
Coatsville.
team. Six-point game, Joe. Timeout. There you go.
Timeout. Good
There you go.
timeout.
Lead's cut in half. They're a different team the second half.
They cut the lead in half. A 30-second timeout. 37-31, the only Norristown basket, a 3-pointer by Gardner.
You know, I'll tell you what the coaching process is now. You're thinking about this, and invariably you think about the kind of game you played last night. You're up by 12 at halftime, 14 at one time, and you start thinking, you know, we could lose this game as well as we played last night. We could lose this game if we don't get the players on all cylinders. And Coatsville seems emotionally up right now, and we seem to be a little flat. We're not moving as quick to the ball. We're not hustling both ends of the court. And I'm sure that's what Mike's talking about right now. Let's pick up the tempo.
394-770.
All right, here come the Eagles, 37-31. Coatsville in that 1-2-2 zone. Jump shot. Willis Gardner, 15-foot. Lead back up to 8. There's a big rebound by Mike Buckley. Here comes Brian Arthur. Inside to Kenny Witter. Draws a foul. All right, Brazel doesn't like the call. He thinks he got most of the ball. He got all of the ball, but he got some of Witter's body as well.
Willis now has 17 points, Joe. He had 12 in the first half. He's got 5 to start here. He's got 17. The foul line hasn't been a good story.
The 54 managed to stay with Witter, and Witter can fly. So 54 can fly as well. Nine-point Norristown lead. It still isn't safe.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He shoots the ball from a short range corner, gets the rebound and scores. .54 is going to pick up a couple more fouls if he keeps going at it like that, because he's trying to block the shot. Not a good sign for him.
All right, Kenny Witter drove the baseline, drew a foul. Gardner will inbound. Tommy Panatowicz out. Jamal Blackwell in.
Oh, brother, that was close.
You can't make any mistakes with 34. He'll take the ball. Bad pass. Brian Arthur looked to penetrate and dish. Skidded off Kenny Witter's hand.
It's only a 7-point game, Joe, and it's 4:42 in the third.
There's an eternity left. I said at the end of the first half that 12-point lead wasn't safe. They have too many weapons, namely 34 and 54.
See, he's setting him up. He set him up on that. He took him left and then went behind his back to go right.
I'd watch 54 on the inbounds pass. He'll go toward the lane. No, he doesn't.
Too easy, Joe. Too easy. You could see that coming.
4-point game. .32, Brandon Anderson.
I'm not sure I saw a foul on that, Joe. I don't know where it came from. I know he called it. We're still 50% on the foul line, Joe.
Yeah,
7 for 14.
They can't do that in postseason, Bob. They simply can't shoot that way in postseason.
Boy, he forced that, Joe. He forced it.
Oh, no.
Bad pass. Bad pass.
Nice play by Blackwell to save that pass. (1-3-1) zone. Nice shot, number 25, Anthony Johnson.
Now don't give it up that easy down the other end. See, that's careless, Joe. That's careless. You score, and then that easily you give up the shot. 4 seconds lapse off the clock.
Eagle lead 6, could be reduced to 5. Pretty good chance of that happening with this young man on the line. Nope. There's Brazel again. 44-40. He is so strong. Number 32, Brandon Anderson. I don't know how this, Bob, I don't know how this team is 8-15.
No, and you know what? Mike said that they're a team that started out struggling, a new coach, new program, and that should be expected. But it's how you finish, and they're playing very well right now. They're playing with a lot of confidence, a lot of poise. They are very much a two-person team, though. 54 and 34 due to scoring and the rebounding. It's a plus for Norristown with 54s on the bench, and maybe the more Norristown runs, the more he's going to watch the game, because he has been spotted twice in this game. It's in Norristown's best interest then to continue to push the ball up court, get 54 out of the game, and put the pressure on 34. Well, 46-40, Joe, at 2:49, and Coatsville has cut that lead to half with 2:49 to go in the third.
Interesting to see the sophomores stepping up again. Johnson and Anderson. And of course Gardner with a jump shot and a 3. Well, the Chestmont League must have a lot of good teams if Coatsville is 8-15. These boys can play.
One.
Willis Gardner with the steal and the basket. 48-40. Big basket, Willis Gardner.
Keep that pressure on. Keep the pressure on. Uh-oh.
Block. Jamal Blackwell blocked that jump shot. Out of bounds, Norristown. It'll be Coatsville's ball under their own basket.
Here comes Speed Demon, number 11.
Reminds me of that young man last night, Flory. Same build, same quickness. That's Derek Hill.
He's carrying the ball. He's carrying the ball. Do you see that?
They look for Ben. Here's Jamal Blackwell. Ahead to Gardner. Stop, pop. Nope.
Not a good shot selection.
All right, they take it back out. Got his own rebound.
Selection.
All right, ball out of bounds off Blackwell. Minute 46 left. Norristown with an 8-point lead.
A little surprised on that play with Willis. He forced that, and then he took the shot after he forced it. See, I think
fouls on Kenny Witter.
32 is guarding him just too high. If you're going to press is one thing, but in half-court defense, 32 is having a tough time with 34. He sets you up very well. Oh boy, somebody was sleeping.
Lucius Jacks with a putback. Minute 22.
Come on, defense, Raiders, defense.
Now, that's off. Willis, bingo. 50-42. Gardner having a magnificent third period. Somebody's got to get back. Oh.
sloppy right now, Joe. 50-44, 41 seconds left in the third quarter, 6-point game.
Three-point shot, David Ben. 3-point game.
Well, he has some range, Joe. Jamal was right there. That hand was up.
Nothing's ever easy for the Eagles. Willis answers back with a 3.
Wow.
All right.
5-point game, and
All
that's, thank God for Willis on that short shot, Joe.
Coatsville cut the lead, cut the Norristown halftime lead in a half, 52-47. It came storming back on the strength of 34 and 54. Brazel and Ben.
That's the first quarter we're outscored, but and it was significant. 12-point lead down to 5. Buckley sat a little bit too the last couple minutes, so I would think that he'll be back in to start. I think you want to go back to what we did earlier. Get the ball inside to Buckley, look to push the ball up court, see if you can make 54, run the court, and have to make the foul shots. We're shooting exactly 50% on the line. You just have the feeling this is going to go down to the wire.
Oh yeah, oh
you
yeah.
just see it coming, and if Coatsville has the kind of fourth quarter the way they had the third, we in trouble.
It's not good. We in trouble is right. All right, it'll be the Eagles' ball.
What grade is 34?
34 is a senior.
And 54
is
of course,
a
is senior.
Yeah.
Well, start the quarter with the possession, start it with a score. Don't force it. Buckley's back in. 54 blocked that shot, Joe.
He averages 5 blocks a game, and I can understand why. Big, tough, quick kid, number 54, Charles Brazel. I thought that was in, Bob.
Yes, I did too.
Mike Buckley with a putback.
You know what? He's so quick on the return to the basket. Now, Coatsville had the player there, but he's so quick off his feet, getting rid of the ball. Buckley again, back in the game, makes a difference. 2 quick points. Uh-oh.
There it is, right there. Four shots at the basket. They can't let that happen. Of course, it's easier to say when you're sitting here. All right, here's Buckley, top of the key. Brian Arthur. There's a kick by number 24, Joe Toney. 6.5 minutes left to play.
I think Jamal will be coming out soon. I think I see what I saw last night. See him putting his hands on his sides. Jamal's a little tired. All
right, you want it 54-49. 6.5 minutes left to play in the game.
I didn't see that. The foul was on who?
Gardner.
Wow.
All right, here's Davy Ben. Number 42, Damon cheering. 3-point lead. It's getting hairy. It's getting hairy. Brendan Anderson, 6-foot sophomore, takes that jump shot from the right wing. Doesn't make the shot, but draws a foul.
It's a good thing he gets up. I mean, Kenny got up on that because the Coatsville defenders were right there with him. He really exploded. Need these shots, Joe.
Yeah, you got to make these
5:52,
two.
three-point game.
Nice shot. Anderson pushes the lead up to 4, 55-51, 5:52 left. Makes them both. Number 11, Derek Hill. Mike Maxwell on the bench.
Quick,
he is.
Joe. I think Norristown's picking up the tempo a little bit too, Joe.
Yeah.
More aggressive. That's all right, let him shoot that ball.
Here come the Eagles. Mike Buckley with a putback.
Come on, Ken, get down the court. Good.
Coatsville calls a time.
But I wouldn't have called a timeout seeing that Witter was on the floor. You had a 5-on-4, play it a little bit longer to see what happens, then call the timeout, because they did have the advantage. I don't know whether he saw it or just didn't pick up on it, but Witter was on the floor and he's motioning timeout. Let him run through the play. 58-51, 5 minutes 15, so much time left.
That was a big basket by Buckley. He followed your rule. You anticipate a miss. Kenny missed the shot. Buckley was right there.
And we made 2 free throws, right? Back to back. We're up to 9 for 16, so we're floating a little bit better than 55%. So let's see if we can keep it going. We had 2 turnovers the first half, Joe. So you have to be pleased. Mike Evans and certainly staff have to be pleased with that. And I don't think we've seen many turnovers in the second half.
All right. The Raiders down 7. They shake Ben loose.
Oh, there's a mismatch. There's a steal, too. Willis. Nice play, Willis.
Took that ball away from Brazel. No small feat, that's for sure. And a foul. Buckley had the shot blocked, got it back, drove the lane, hit a leaner, and drew a foul.
There's some words being stated again, I think, between 34 saying something again, and this time he's saying it to Buckley. Because Mike reciprocated, he said something back to him.
All right, 60-51. Michael can make it a 10-point lead. And does. It still ain't safe, Bob.
Oh, absolutely not. 4:44, particularly with 54, 44, and 42 helping him out with some points underneath.
Jamal and Brazel exchanging words.
Coatsville players do play with a little bit of enthusiasm, Joe. 54, 34, and certainly 42. He's a tough one inside.
He is. All right, here's 42. Damon cheering. Nope.
See, Coatsville struggled at the line tonight. That's a big miss. Both teams are 5 fouls, 4:27, 10 points lead.
All right, makes the second.
Now Coatsville's going to put pressure on. That'll help Norristown. There you go. That's it. It'll help Norristown. Coatsville hasn't done well with the pressure tonight.
63-52. Buckley with a jump shot, drives the lead up to 11. Nice shot, Mike Maxwell.
Too easy. Too easy. Good. 6 foul, 1 more, and they're in a bonus with 4 minutes left.
Foul 20, his third.
All right, it'll be the Eagles' ball out of bounds, up 9.
Almost a travel.
Yes, it was.
Woo.
A little bit too casual.
Boy, there's some intensity with those two. Buckley and 34.
Yeah. I thought that foul was on Michael. I'm glad it's on Ben.
His second. Team 7.
All right, Michael with 2 big free throws. Makes the first, 64-54 Eagles, 3:46 left to play. Deep breath. Makes them both. Drives the lead up to 11. Flicked away by 32.
I'm going to point this out, Joe. We've made 5 in a row on the foul line.
Don't jinx it.
They
Don't
can't
jinx
hear
it.
me.
Right.
But we've made 5 in a row. We went from 7 for 14 to 12 for 19.
There's a wet spot on the floor.
65-54, Joe. Norristown's in a bonus at this point. 3:35 left in the game. And be a nice way to finish the regular season.
Yep. Ball flicked away. Here's Gardner. Ben.
Now, slow it up, slow it up. It's not there, slow it up. See, slow it up.
Offensive foul.
See, I'm going to point this out. You teach players not to do a spin move in the front court near the lane because you may beat the initial defender, but you don't beat the help side defender. He beat the initial, he didn't beat the help side player. In the backcourt, person to person, spin move is great, but when the closer you get to the basket, the more difficult it is to do it. You lose sight of the basket, your teammates, and the trap, or the help side. That's a critical turnover that close to the basket. 65-56, 9 points. Norristown is in that bonus, 2:56 to go, and Norristown possession. I would be telling everybody at this point, the shots you take is a layup only, control the ball, and the only way we run the court is if we have a guaranteed break, otherwise start using the clock. If we get the rebound, start squeezing it in the backcourt, 6, 7, 8 seconds. If it's off the pressure, squeeze the clock some more. There's no rush now, 9-point lead.
2:56 left.
With Willis, you should feel very safe at this point. 9-point lead and a possession. And a possession arrow. Everything is in Norristown's favor at this point.
But you know that Coatsville's going to ratchet up the defensive pressure.
They're going to have to foul, though. They're going to have to foul.
2-on-1. Number 25,
blocked that, Joe.
Anthony Johnson showing no fear.
Foul back in his
That might have been a block. I'm not sure his body. He definitely didn't get the ball or get the hand.
That's Brazel's first foul. That's really amazing for a man that big and that fast only to have one foul. That shows a lot of discipline, physical discipline on his part.
I would have
Makes
to
him
think
both.
he's one heck of a lineman.
Oh, man. Florida A&M's going to get a gem with that young man.
Now you know who's going to shoot the ball. Surprise.
Bob, if the defensive people have their hands straight up, how can he draw a foul? Does he has to be leaning into them, so wouldn't that be an offensive foul?
If he goes that vertical plane, the hands have to go straight up.
Right.
Now, what you and I don't see sometimes is the body contact. And the offensive player has the right to that vertical plane. And if the defensive player makes body contact or the hand touches the arm, it's a foul. Sometimes we don't see that. See, Coatsville struggled at the line.
2 big misses by number 34.
No, you don't need a quick one here.
Michael.
See, the possession's more important than that quick shot, Joe. Now,
Slow it down. Slow it down.
Slow it down. See, that to me is just not playing smart right now. You're playing the clock, not the score. Why are we looking to shoot the ball? Slow it down.
2 minutes left to play.
Squeeze the clock. They have to foul you. There you go. It's not complicated. They have to foul. 1-on-1, the next one puts you to 2.
Minute 58, 9-point lead, 32 on the line, Brandon Anderson. Yeah, I wish they wouldn't have shot that. Boy, for a sophomore, that young man is as cold as ice. Makes them both. 11-point Norristown lead. 2 minutes left to play in this game.
That's a good move. Pressure the ball, but don't foul, don't race, because you put them on the line. Yeah, no basket, no basket. They just took away a basket. That ball was in and it would have counted.
Error in judgment by the big guy. Charles Brazel, error in judgment. For which I'm very glad.
69-58, 148. Still some clock left, Joe. There's one of the reasons.
3 free throws in a row they've missed, including 2 by their main scorer, David Ben.
Four in a row.
Another foul, number 10.
All right, now it's a bonus. We're in the driver's seat, Joe. You have 2 the rest of the way. If you shoot 50%.
And if you're Coatsville, this is the kid you don't want to foul. Anderson's been like ice on that line.
That's a loss for them because that kid's played hard, played well for them.
He
Number
has.
42.
Yes, Damon Shearing.
Played a tough game for them.
All right, here's Anderson. Brandon Anderson, 4 straight foul shots. Nothing but net. All right, it'll be Norristown's ball. Big rebound, Mike Buckley.
Well, you know you have the game now. 71-58, 13 points. You're in a bonus for the last 134.
All right, Coach Mike calls a timeout. Talk it over. Minute and a half left to play.
I wouldn't go crazy on subs right now, though, Joe.
No.
Not with 134 and 54-34 in the game.
That's exactly right.
Joe, what a turnaround. We have now made 11 consecutive foul shots.
How about that?
We are 18 for 25, so we're shooting about 68%, and we were at 50% at halftime. Concentration, 11 straight.
That's terrific.
Yeah, I would hope, you know, as you're a player and as a coach, that's something that you reinforce, that you know you can do, and it comes down to concentration. Right. You make 11 straight in this kind of game, that's pretty important.
In the second half, Coatsville made a number of runs at the Eagles, but they staved them off.
Yep. And the foul line's the difference. If they shoot 50%, look at the difference in the score. Take 6 points off of that. It's a 6-point game.
Willis drives the ball up. Hawked by number 33, that's Omar Turner. Oh, he walked.
Yep. I love it. Binky's, you got to tell him. Got to tell him. You don't want that turnover.
All right, Brian Arthur in the game.
Arthur back into the game.
Brandon Anderson's out of the game.
He had another good game.
Yes, he did. Mike Buckley way up. Jamal Blackwell with a layup, 73-58. There he goes.
"52 seconds, 15-point game. This has been a Norristown quarter.
Yes, it has.
Great fourth quarter for them.
Coatsville cut the lead to 4. You knew the momentum was on their side, and Norristown hung tough.
There's a foul. There's a foul.
Mental toughness, Bob, as well as physical toughness.
Yeah, and Coatsville scored 6 points this quarter. 52 at the 3, and they had 58. They've scored 6 in the quarter. And Norristown had 47. They scored 16. The bench, the bench, the bench. You keep playing it. You can keep going. You see how many ways it translates into success? Last night you saw it one way, points not scored versus points scored. Tonight you see it a different way.
All right, Willis to shoot 2.
Now that's upsetting. That just broke the streak. We had 11 straight.
All right, substitution time. 54 out of the game, Charles Brazel. 34 out of the game, David Ben. 25 into the game for Norristown is Anthony Johnson. Jared Scott in the game, and number 11. Number 15 is Anthony James. We haven't seen a lot of that young man. All right, 40 seconds left. Here's almost a steal. Eagles still relentless on defense. All right, there's 24. Jared Scott.
He's another good kid. I see him a lot in the corridors, Joe. Another good kid.
Good.
A lot of good kids, boy. I don't think we get enough of that recognition. A lot of good kids here to work hard.
You got to respect a kid like Jared Scott, Kevin Waters. They haven't seen a lot of playing time, but I'll bet you they work as hard in practice as any of the starters. And just to be out there practicing every day, doing well in school. They should be very proud of themselves, and their moms and dads should be very proud of them.
I like one of Coach Knight's things on this. Your most valuable players are the players that don't start. They're the players that are working the hardest every day. They're there every day with practice and games. Those are the players, your most valuable players. And I believe that.
That's a nice thing to say, Bob. That really is a nice thing to say. All right, 2-1, ball game's over. Norristown with a 74-62 win over always dangerous, always rugged Coatsville.
Let's do a wrap. Bobby, hey, Joey. Hey, Joe, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, buddy.
All right, that wraps it up from Norristown High School. Eagles with a convincing 74-62 win over a very competitive, very tough, very resilient Coatsville team. Norristown held off a couple of runs in the second half by Coatsville and comes away with a win. Nice way to end the season. Nice way to use this game as a springboard into the playoffs. It'll be interesting to see what seeding Norristown gets in the districts. These last two games have got to really help their seeding capacity, having beaten Coatsville and, of course, Cheltenham last evening. Bob, any thoughts?
I have a lot of thoughts, Joe, that the coaching staff has done a great job with this team. They play team basketball. They have a deep bench. They're going to be a team to be reckoned with in the playoff, and I would have to think they may be a 14, 15, 16 seed team, but they may be one of the 6 or 7 teams that goes into states, because they're going to cause a problem for a lot of teams because of the size of their bench. It is so deep, and as I said to you a couple minutes ago, it can beat you a lot of ways with points that they score. But as importantly, it's the time they get on the court. For a player like Buckley or Witter or Willis that can sit, it's going to help you in so many ways. They're playing with a great deal of confidence. They finished the game making 12 of 13 on the foul line. That's a great job there, and those foul shots made a difference when you score 52 with 3 and then you have 74, so you have 13 of those points on the line. That's certainly a critical thing. Mike has to feel very pleased, and the staff has to feel very pleased. There was maybe a little bit of a letdown tonight, but they came back in that fourth quarter, and I think, again, the bench has the stamina to play 4 quarters, and the other teams don't. And when you play this kind of game, even the kind of shape you think you're in, even at the pro level, they have to sub. And Coatsville was 2 players off the bench, maybe 3. It certainly shows in so many ways.
And I continue to be so impressed by the play of the Norristown sophomores. They are demonstrating a maturity and an ability that's far beyond their years. I mean, they're just playing so well, offensively, defensively. Brandon Anderson sunk 4 critical, crucial foul shots, and he hit nothing but net on all 4 shots, and helped to stave off that last Coatsville run.
They've been playing all year, Joe. They've been playing all year, and if this were the first time they'd seen crunch time, we'd be in trouble. But they've seen it. I'll finish with the thing with Coatsville.
Okay, all right. We'll this may, as we indicated at the beginning of the game, this may be our last broadcast of boys basketball for the 2003-2004 season, and therefore some thanks are in order. First of all, I'd like to thank my good friend and colleague Bob Koch for his analyses and his insights, all of which help to make these broadcasts all the more interesting and all the more enjoyable. I'd like to thank our videographers, Sam Galbraith and Dave Ficini, who again proved the axiom that one picture is worth 1,000 words. I'd like to thank Athletic Director Joseph Fabrizio and his staff for all their encouragement and all their assistance. I'd like to thank Coach Mike Evans and Coach Pinky Johnson for their cooperation and encouragement. I'd like to thank all the players on the Norristown Eagles team, especially the seniors: Willis Gardner, Tom Panatowicz, Jared Scott, Anthony James, Kevin Waters, and of course Jamal Blackwell. Lastly, I'd like to thank you, the viewing audience, for letting Bob and I come into your homes, your living rooms, your dens, your television rooms. Hopefully we were welcome guests. Hopefully we were good guests. Hopefully you enjoyed our company. We tried to call the games as we saw them. We tried to be fair. We always try to be objective. We try to be impartial. But as I said the other night, it's always more fun to broadcast a Norristown victory. It's more fun to do that than to broadcast a Norristown defeat. And hopefully, Bob, we'll be both back next year, God willing, to do this again.
I would hope so.
Because we have a lot of good athletes coming back for the Eagles. And Bob, you have a final
just
word?
a couple things. This, I think, was a turnaround season for the Eagles, and the coaching staff deserves so much credit for that. And it really bodes well for what to look forward to for us and for everybody in the community next year, because a lot certainly will be expected of this team. My final observation would be to say thank you again to the audience and to you, Joe. We've had a lot of fun with this.
Absolutely, a lot of fun.
I would ask the audience as well to recognize the Conacelli dealership. Once again, they have been a major sponsor for us with the Conacelli boards and the money that they've allocated for Coaches versus Cancer. Please, if you're thinking about a new or used car, speak to either Mike or Mark Hammond, whether it's a Toyota, Mitsubishi, Honda, or a Nissan. They are the people to see, located on a Ridge Pike in Conshohocken. Please give them some thought, get down and talk to them, and please recognize how much they've given to this school and to this community over the last 15, 20 years.
And I have been a very satisfied customer. So that might wrap up our season for 2003-2004. For Coach Mike Evans, Binky Johnson, Darby Callahan, and Jim Serator, for Athletic Director Joe Fabrizio, for my good friend Bob Koch, this is Joe Highland saying good night and good luck.
Thank you, Sam.